Hello, statistics student. In this video, I'm going to continue working with my statistic project, showing you how to do statistical analysis and prepare the stat report. So just a quick recall, I collect data by Google Form, send out this form to 81 students, 81 responses. If you click on this, you can click on um, getting the data directly from Google Form through Google Sheets because the data are actually recorded in Google Sheets. If you want to, you can download your data into a CSV file and then process it separately. But anyway, I did that, and this is the actual data that I collected. I copied it out. If you look at the past 2, 3 video in the playlist, you'll see how I managed to sort them into 2 samples, one older students, the other younger students. And I moved them into 2 different worksheets and I create graphs and numerical summary for them. So that is some data summarization process in the previous few videos. You can watch them if you haven't done that. So the data or the graph that I did are all saved as screenshot in a Word document. Okay, so you can save them as an image or save it in whatever in a Google document if you want to. So anyway, I have screenshot graphic bar graph, which is population one's distribution of video preferences, the categorical data, and I also summarize them numerically. If I count successes choosing drama, then N1 is 18, N1 being population 1, the older students, X1 is 8, and I have P1 hat. And then for the younger student, which is population 2, I have success drama, N2 equal to this, X2, and P2. So these are all done in the last 2 videos. I also do a histogram of the quantitative data, one of the quantitative data, which is number of hours of watching videos. And I summarize mean and standard deviation, median, and also the sample size. I also describe the distribution shape. So the first graph is from population 1 for older student, and the second histogram is for younger one. So both of them are kind of right scale, but because I have more data in the younger students, so they are more they look different. I also noticed that I have some outliers, so maybe I should, talk about the shapes of the distribution and also the fact that there are quite a number of outliers. So here, shapes of distribution is right scale. There are at least there's at least 2 outliers, right? So there's 2 over here. We can actually check it by running a modified box plot, but I think you can visually see that these 2 are extremely high. And then I also do a scatter plot for all the data that are watch hours and all the units taken to see if there's correlation. It seems like there's correlation, so there is no positive or negative kind of um, linear pattern, and you can see there's 2 outliers also. But anyway, I use Google Sheet to find the correlation coefficient R is negative 0.18, and from the A2 table with n equal to 80, the critical R is about 0.22. So you can see that there doesn't seem to be correlation because 0.18 is actually closer to negative 0.18 is closer to 0, or it is outside, it's inside the critical R, positive and negative critical R. So that's all the summary that I did with Google Sheets. I recorded in this file. You should just do that first. So this is called a summary. Then I would start to work on my report. Okay, so where's my project report? Here, yeah. I did an over, like a over not overview, but a framework of the report following the requirement. So in the report, I should have an introduction, which is introduce what I'm doing, what are the populations, what data, what claim I am doing. This basically are the a summary of your project plan, and also why you are choosing this project. Then you summarize the data that you collected. Basically, talk about your samples. So, um, and also the result of your statistical analysis, which I will fill out after I do the statistical analysis. And then you will start to do your data summary. So I write down population one, population two, and then I would say I need to provide three data summary, two bar graph, two histogram, and one scatter plot. Some students want to do two scatter plot, one for each population. That's fine, but I just did one. So I'm just going to put those screenshot in here in the my report. Okay, so I will. So this is the graphical summary of video preference distribution. So I like to do them side by side. So that is for the older population, and this is the younger population. Okay, and then underneath it, I will do the numerical summary. So you will say successes, whatever that you choose to count, right? And then on this side, I would also have successively the same thing, and then the numerical summary of X1 and N1. Okay, so that is the categorical data, video provision. Oh, well, actually, the numerical summary is here. I should actually put these, cut and put them here. Paste it here. So successful drama is already in. I can put it here. So this is the categorical data summary, graphical summary, and also numerical summary. And then for the number of hours watching video per week, that is quantitative data. I also define population 1 and 2. I think I have switched them. I think my population 1 actually was, yeah, it was the older one. I think I switched them. So this one I need to delete. Just to make sure that your 1 and 2 are correct. Population 1 is older. Population 2 is the younger. Yeah, older, younger. Yes. And then we would do the number of hours. So again, I have this is also wrong. Population 1 is older. Population 2 is the younger students. And I would do a graphical summary, means because they're quantitative data, I will need to put histogram, right? Copy the histogram. And copy this histogram, which is for the younger student. Copy it over here next to the side by side. So be very nice. Oops. So you can you can compare the shape of the distribution. So let's say we say shape of the both distributions are right scale, right? It is not normally distributed. So after you do the graph, you should talk about it. You should talk about there are two outliers in population in the younger students sample. And the outline may be the reason for a higher sample mean. So I'm going to copy the sample mean over. So for N1 is 18, and then mean is 9.0833. X1 bar is 9.0833. Median is 9. X2 bar is the older one. Mean is 8.1719. Oh no, 8.1719. Median is 6. You can see that median actually is much lower than X2 bar, so that means it's more right scale. Okay, S1 was from the older one is 6.3576. As standard deviation 2, this is 9.4393. 9.4393. 9.4393. So actually, it may be the reason for the higher, not higher sample mean. Actually, the sample mean is actually not higher, but higher standard deviation, right? Because it's really, really spread out. The highest one for the older population is 30, but this one is go all the way to 55. And the reason why it's 55, that's just for two data, but it seems to be make the distribution much larger, the range to be larger. And for N1, I have 18 data. The second one I have 63. 18 and 63. You can make a table out of this to show this, but this basically a numerical summary of the quantitative data about hours of watching. So that part is done. And the third part would be copy out the scatter plot here. If you choose to do 2 scatter plots per population, you can do that too. So I have one, so I'll just put one here, and then I would write down R. Just let go. There's no particular systematic pattern, probably no correlation. So we can actually confirm it by negative 0.1816. Negative 0.1816. And N is equal to 81 pairs of data. Correlation coefficient, yeah, R. Let's see. Correlation coefficient R equal to that. And then critical R is plus and minus 0.22. We get it from the A6 table. You can also get it from running the statistical analysis. So that's the data summary that I have, 3 parts. First part is categorical data. You have to have 2 bar graph and a N1, X1, N2, X2. Second is 2 histogram for the quantitative data. 1 quantitative data. At the end of the day, you have 2 histogram, 1 X1 bar, S1, N1, X2 bar, S2, N2. And then you have a scatter plot that show the scatter plots of 2 quantitative data. They don't have to be combined. They don't have to be separated. They can be combined into one scatter plot. So that is the data summary part of the report. So in the next video, I'll talk about how to do statistical analysis.